Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our second annual Veterans Day Assembly. Today we gathered to honor and celebrate the brave people who have served our country with courage and dedication. Each of you, whether a veteran, a family member of a veteran, or a member of our community, shares in the responsibility of remembering those who have sacrificed so much for our freedom. Today, we reflect on the values that embody our veterans: courage, integrity, and resilience. They have faced countless challenges, from distant battlefields to the everyday struggles of reintegration into civilian life. Today, we pay tribute not just to their service, but to their spirit and strength. Thank you for being here today and participate in this important observance. I encourage you to listen with open hearts and minds, to engage in the moment, and to remember that our freedoms come at a cost borne by our veterans. Now, let's begin our assembly.
Welcome Major General Spencer as our guest speaker. With an illustrious career that spans nearly 4 decades, Major General Spencer has exemplified unwavering dedication, exceptional leadership, and an enduring commitment to service in the United States Army and National Guard. Major General Spencer has made his home here in York, Maine, with his wife, Wendy, and together they've raised 3 daughters who have attended and graduated from York High School, further enriching their ties to our community. Please join me now in giving a warm welcome to Major General Spencer.
So good morning, everyone. I'm honored to be here, and thank you for inviting me. So as we reflect on the service of all those Americans who have worn the uniform of our armed services, today is more than just a holiday. Today is a day of reflection, remembrance, and above all, it's gratitude. Veterans Day is our opportunity to pay tribute to all the individuals who've worn the uniform of our nations. They're soldiers in the Army, they're sailors in the Navy, they're Marines, they're airmen in the Air Force, and they're guardians in the Space Force. Most of these men and women have stepped forward and voluntarily served. And those who came before in 1973 may have been drafted into service. But they all hold one thing dear, and that is the values of duty, honor, and selfless service. Our living veterans represent only 5% of our nation's population. And unfortunately, that percentage continues to decrease. So in 2023, just over 2 million service members wore the uniform of our militaries out of the 335 million people in our country. That means only 0.59, but 0.6% of our population has chosen to serve in our military. Compare that to 1944 and World War II, when 9% of our population wore the uniform of the nation. That's 15 times greater than we have today. Today, we honor all those who've served, especially that 5% of our citizens who are living veterans. Veterans who come from every corner of this country. They're our neighbors, they're our friends, our parents, our siblings, and our children. Each one has a unique story, and they share a common bond, a deep commitment that is something greater than themselves. Because of their unwavering dedication to our country, we enjoy the liberties and privileges we often take for granted. The right to speak freely, to pursue happiness, and to live in peace. These are safeguarded by the selfless service of our veterans. Let us also remember that service doesn't stop when a veteran takes off his uniform. Many continue to contribute to our communities in profound ways. They're leaders, they're advocates, and they volunteer. They inspire with their continued service. Let us honor the sacrifice and support them on their journey, not only as veterans, but as individuals who deserve the utmost respect and care. Let us remember that our freedom is not free, as was mentioned earlier. It is paid by the sweat, blood, and tears of our veterans. We owe them more than words can express. To all the veterans here today, thanks for what you've done. Deeply appreciated, and the gratitude just cannot be said enough. When I was introduced, you heard about my 37 years in uniform and my 5 deployments. But I did that of my own free will, and I rose my right hand and I promised and swore to the Constitution of the United States to protect and defend our Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I did that of my own free will. But when I did that, I drafted my family, and I drafted my community, and I drafted my employer to provide support to me as I served. It's because of that support of others in the community, my employer, and my family that enabled me to serve. That is why this holiday is so important. We have to thank those who also support our veterans who do serve. So thank you for recognizing, honoring, and doing this assembly in support of the veterans. And, God bless America, and God bless this country. Thank you.
Major General Spencer, on behalf of everyone in attendance, I'd like to extend our heartfelt gratitude for your inspiring words today, your insights and experiences, reflections on your own distinguished career in the U.S. Army have provided us with valuable lessons in leadership, service, and dedication, and we thank you. This assembly also offers us a chance to acknowledge the many veterans in our own lives. They are our friends, as Major General Spencer mentioned, our spouses, parents, grandparents, and relatives, those who have courageously served and shaped our own community. To honor their contributions, we've also created a special slideshow featuring the pictures of the veterans in our lives that are dear to us. Thank you to everyone here who contributed a photo, and at this time would like to take a moment to celebrate their legacy by watching together.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Special thank you goes to the veterans who join us. Your presence means so much to us.
My name is Joshua James Thorne.
Philip Pierce.
My name is Grayson Calloway.
So my name is Tom Spencer.
Name, Bill Morrissey.
So the branch I was in, it was the United States Army. So active duty for 10 and a half years, and then in the Army National Guard for the next 27.
The U.S. Navy.
I was in the Naval Air.
I'm in the branch of the United States Navy.
The Army. What should young people know about service to one's country? There are a lot of great opportunities in the military, not just the Army, but the Air Force and Navy, etc. So I think it's okay for young kids to think about a career in the military.
Once you actually join the Navy, you see the camaraderie, the pride, and the honor in what you do. You're doing something a lot bigger than yourself.
You grow up real fast.
You get to travel, you get free travel, and you get to honor the memory of all those before you.
So to serve your country is it's a sacrifice, but it's also an honor and a privilege. And in order to serve, we live in a great country, and what our country provides us is phenomenal. You know, it's not just the freedoms and privileges and the rights that we all have, but it's to be able to live in a community that is supportive and gives back. So in order to serve, you're giving back to that community in which you live in. And it's a small way to give back to our country for all it gives to us. Because as you go out throughout the world and you see the different countries throughout the world and how those citizens live, you know, what we have here, we take advantage of. We just don't really realize how great we do have it. So in order to serve is to give back a little bit to the country that gives us so much.